there's a copy to look at while, so you can follow along. And there's documentation that I think also. So I actually wrote, for those of you who know, I'm really into writing gauntlets, which is a Norse style of poem that has a very strict meter. So it has rules, but this is really the first, that's the skaldic. So you have the skaldic poetry and the Eddic poetry. This is my first attempt at Eddic poetry, which is much simpler but more narrative here. And this particular poem, Song of Estrella, commemorates the trials and triumphs of Estrella 35, which has, we probably all know, had many trials and many triumphs. So I would like, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Without further ado, I wanted to read it because it's like 11 pages long. I didn't have time to memorize the whole thing. So, without further ado, I will recite this poem. Listen and hear a harrowed story. I'll tell you now the tale of it. Of noble deeds and brave doings in the strange war that was Estrella. We went to fight fearsome men, and we arrived there well enough, swords and bucklers eager to spar. The gathered ravens ready by war's omen. The pavilions pitched in haste, banners flying, blown by a north wind. Lord John, the jolly warrior, warned us of rain inbound, and was not there for war at that time. We thanked him with good mocking, as is always done, in all justice, of course. Still, I went. Surely all was well. After all, was only John. And so I went, sojourning to the land of Azenveld. Ready I was, unworried, fearful not of foul weather, nor of battle. My heart beat true. The first night we feasted, delicious chili, made by Janina, marvelous 'twas. There was also alcohol, of course, none I consumed, but a small swig of Lemon's death. Brewed it was by Siegfried, a holy man with heroic crossbow skill and a keen eye. Before the dawn on Thor's day, we tarried to a tent. That yurt was men's yearning, for within its fold was good beer's work. 'Twas of this, enlightened by the barley water, we heard from the warrior Riley's wisdom, and this was the song he sang. Fire bad, what folly preserves it? It shall an enemy be. Take heed, Siegfried. Fire is not your friend. Deceiving it is, dancing freely with a wooden thing. But it can only consume its love, burning it away. Learn from me. Listen to my proverb. Glean a good saying. Douse the flame, lest desolation find you. Fire bad. Such knowledge is surely kept, and forever finds abode in our minds and ears. Mouth and pen repeat the sounding of Barley's wisdom. And with this I went to seek the builder of blade veins, the strong forger of the fighter's friend, the armorer Sir Patrick. Always fearless, iron-thumbed, skilled in war was that knight. The man misfortune had befallen, I found. Before I had been present, the brave knight had battled already with the dreadful bite of the drill bit. Straight through the finger of a man that swirling snake's bite and sally. However, as the heroes of old, Sir Patrick felt no pain, at least not for a long time. Brave fighter, the best warrior can the bruises and count and field. It is in the presence of fighting, it is the price of fighting, a well-spent tribute given to the blades of bowmen. The commerce of a wound merchant is never done. Dishing out a swordsman's trade shall much bring. Glory in battle, a gift for men, that they forget not the fragile truth, that death comes for cowards also. So brave and noble we must be, For merit's sake, stalwart stay, and flee not the fray fierce. If proud you fall, you perish once. The coward cannot count his deaths. This is a good wisdom I gleaned from men strong, like Sir Patrick. Present also was Patrick's help, mundane scholar, face maker. Skill had he in steelcraft, as his teacher taught him well. Choosing to let down the chisel and holstering the hammer, then the herbs he called them. Forayed we to the friendly tea house, where mint and chocolate mingled, where while loath to taste the leaf water, as was their custom, the herbal teas they drank and desired. It was during this drinking a match of skill Schuyler and I had. A game of wits, walls, and roads was the contest called attack. I won a few rounds. Schuyler triumphed a time or two. A beautiful game, befitting the wisdom of men most true. For sometimes the victory is in a man's journey, not his end. Such is taken this pastime, a wise saying that will keep far. Waste not your life looking for the finish, but honor the moment. The end will come far sooner than you suppose. And with that, the eve ended well. I retired to my tent in the camp of my countrymen. All the moons slept brightly that night, perhaps aided by the alcohol. Who knows? But not I, for camped beside were bards of the east, who upon created drums played at all hours. I knew not the nature of this noise, this foreign music, fought my tiredness, though a war I could never win. Such fleet song cannot be silenced, and must onward attend the ears of listeners merry, along with the grumpy souls who seek sleep. At third watch, thunder we heard, telling signs of rain we saw. The heaven's wrath would be upon us. Raindrops descended, and through the night all wondered the extent of a torrent's rage. Of course, the crass weather preferred no peaceful stop. In the end, but onward forward, this was sorrow first. Upon the dawn's arrival, we saw it to damage sea. The rain that day still raged, and would not stop nor waver. Resolute we remained. For there the war and combat we wanted. A tournament to test the valiant and prove the strong with steel and shield proceeded thus. Keeping things lively in the morn, many fighters were hopeful, all held breath, anticipating the triumph of one who would keep their heart in the heated fight until God and skill granted victory to the right man. Who among the in battle would be found fiercest and best? But even the best must bow to nature at some point. There is supplied an end in which even mighty folk must manage their own thoughtful way and take what is safe, seeking reason. Thunder's source, lightning, was just that. For as fun as fighting is, no fighter wants to be fried. Thor's aim is truest at metal targets. So, for safety's sake, they stopped. The list field fell silent, and all we heard was the harrowing shouts of Grim's rage thrown across the sky, like arrows, as if a battle between gods had broken out in the heavens. That night, the noble men sought for us a sheltered place, as wind and rain ransacked tents and caused to leak every each canvas house. Shelter was made for many at a red barn, which became the hallowed headquarters in which the fierce storm's assault could be contested and weary bones could be at rest. The morning saw no shining sun, nor warmth to wane the water. The roads became muddy bogs, and the list field a lake turned. Survival, our solemn goal. And survive we did, for we banded together then as brethren strong. Against the rain we rallied. Many cunning and courageous souls, too numerous to name, braved the river and made bridges so that feet may not falter in the way. Fearless were they, these mud veins, taking the storm's wrath in stride. One man, unafraid, conquered the muck with much might and valor, though I know not his name. Holding a pallet in each husky arm, barefoot he brought them forth, quelling the riotous river evil. The Scots of him shall chant this song. Hail, waters harrower, bridge builder mighty. With 2 arms he took great logs, boldly bearing them. When the way of ease forsook all men, and the water was our wily foe. In that time, the hour of trial, all could see your courage. Many were those who deserved thanks for their stalwart station was proved. The rage of water required much, and they gave it all they could garner from the storehouses of their long suffering. These feats of fortitude unmoved shall linger in minds many years from now. And remember we shall the sure response of the islands and Abel to the wish-wash that was the war. But even in the slough, happiness stayed. Mirth was not at all lost in the mire. For our supper was fit for the strong, a chili made from fire and chopped pork, kept our breath and bellies warm. This flaming heat, this fire food, was served by those from Silver City. Brian and Rachel brought that meal. By this we lived, and by living death, I might add, as is only right. For this was not the end of our eating. We also feasted upon pfeffernusse, a delicious cookie made by Catherine. Warm, her husband, grants much wisdom, and offers to us advice we often need. This was the eve of Thor's game. On the battlefield, the trial of steel would come with the sun's rising. Saturday saw this hope as the rain began to relent. 3 days, long and dire, we had maintained our martial spirit. But as the field became dry, to the long-awaited war we went. Swords were loosed from sheaths, bucklers a friend to the fighter became. I, with borrowed blade and long staff, marched early to the engagement. As for light fighters in the room, I was alone. At the time of war, this was true, but we shall change this, adding bladesmen sure to our fearsome ranks, harrowing the foe. My first taste of the fighter's course was betwixt a bridge and fords. 'Twas a flag's desire to traverse the river and be planted in the far post. Aidenveld had her allies, and nearly took our triumph early, driving their standard deep into our loins. Less than 4 feet was their flag from the goal before we stopped it. It was then I was called by Don Carlos. He was a brave general, bold in his tactics, and skilled with his sword. He called us to courage and strength. We held off many attacks from our enemy as they tried to pour out a fence and claim triumph for their team. Dread spears skewered many, and many became the blade's fodder. The fight remained, and reinforcements ceased to come forth. Seeing the end, Don Carlos saw a chance on the left. Our flag was towards its task of triumph. The Condottieri, those uncommon men, were pushing towards it with staunch attack. Don Carlos then said, "Go forth and deliver orders to the Condottieri, gain the triumph, and unfurl over them our flag." And so I forayed to the front and told the task at hand. With a brave charge, they took the battle, wresting victory from defeat's wily hand. The chivalrous field showed promise, and made well on the matter of crossed swords and shattered spears. Knight and squire knew well the sound of battle drum and combat din. They marched to the war with loud whoops and sought the fight with shouts of war. The foes were many, and fierce they were. The lash-necked Swedes, with our foes sighted from Drakenwald, they drew their lines. All the way out, in Estrella's muddy field, they found themselves. Siegfried's crossbow many foes caught. Matthias also was the bow's master, even earning the brat's order. Riley kept his shield before the spear line. Often a pike would assail him, only to meet an archer's arrow. Oleg fought bravely also, showing our enemy outlander war skill. Then, a fantastic feat by Balnor, who was dubbed knight that glorious day. At the fort wall, unwavering, where men and spears made sport, Balnor let his javelin fly towards his enemy. But the hammer his foe held came swiftly forth, swinging a falcon. Our brave warrior skill wanted not, and with his free gauntlet, grabbed the weapon, holding fast to its haft, wresting it from the hand of his foe, and with its spike, spelled the end for that hammer with his own weapon. Now, only a few of the brave fighters and their chivalric showings might be talked of here, for time cannot wait. But know that all fought with honor, as war stags we conquered, and our foes did not avail. After the fight, we arrived at camp, the task now escaping the torrent's wake of destruction doused upon us. The wagon field had flooded, and there was no way of navigating out. The conundrum we could see was how to escape the certain trap of the muddy slough and the miry bog. A great iron beast became our friend, fetching carts out of the field and enabling their exit from the lot. Oleg and Matthias awaited wagon's release, patiently pondering the way they would get home. Siegfried also was certainly there, waiting for a while and a half until his wheels were loosed. As this happened, I helped our shire deconstruct the strong bridges that we had made to beat them up. Ilo and others embraced the work of lifting pallets and loosing tin stakes. Laurent, his wagon lended to our aid, and his woman, Ilesed, wavered not. Both were invaluable in the struggle for victory. Lady Rosamond brightly stowed tents, as did another, Lady Darvislava. Soon we were able to sally out of the mud and towards our home in triumph, knowing that we had not perished. The rain and wind, though ravenous, could not withstand an outlander's courage. Strong will and resolve were ours, and no storm could steal these. 'Twas the worst war recalled, but also for me the best I have seen. Such noble deeds done so willingly averted the crisis that rain had caused. Of that deluge undeterred, we'll remember brightly as wetter than any war of late. It shall be found in sure memory, the courageous coming together of all the outlets, and Aidbell to stand against the foul weather's onslaught. Often, the glory is not in the grand fight, though much honor is made there, but in the good people who gather together in mirth around mead and campfire, and in the face of fierce adversity, such as was encountered at Estrella.
Do you want your paper back?
No, that is actually yours if you would like it.
Thank you.